to us. Next one, we have the CEO of NEUROSPACE presentation I'm very much looking forward to. Please welcome Irene Selvanathan. Irene.
Thank you. Oh, I don't need that. Hello, and thank you very much for having me here. It's a great honor, and I hope you will enjoy what I have to present. I'm the founder of a company named NEUROSPACE, and we are building moon rovers and a moon rover platform. My name is Irene Selvanathan, and I don't know how. Yeah, that's me. I'm actually born in Sri Lanka, and I came here 40 years ago with my family, so I was basically a little child. And yeah, it was not very easy for me from the beginning on. I was like more or less a dreamer from childhood on. I loved science fiction. I was always dreaming of space. I wanted to build starships. There is a constant in my life that people always underestimated me because of my background, because I'm a woman, I'm a girl, and it was not very easy. So I took my own time and everything. I was not the very, how to say, I was a bit lazy in school, of course, and I got a bit spoiled, so it was taking some time for me to realize what I wanted to do. I finally studied electrical engineering and wanted to work in a space company, and I managed to get there. So the constant in my life was always, everyone was telling me not to do this because it's too complicated, it's nothing for me, it's very difficult, and the thing is that I still did it. So working in a space company gave me the possibility finally to work on a rocket, devices for rockets, on satellites. I went even to Baikonur or to Vostochny, where I had the chance to put my hands on the rocket itself. And within time, I founded my own company, which is named NEUROSPACE. I have great engineers. Most of them are friends, which I know for decades. And I'm very proud to work with them. We took this huge challenge to build moon rovers, affordable moon rovers, small moon rovers. And this made it a bit, again, unreachable for most of the people. Again, people were telling me, okay, this is not very easy. Are you sure about this topic? And if this is the right time? And why do you want to go to the moon? So, yeah, this is a very interesting topic. This just came up recently in the past years. This topic is so new, but this is also very, let's take it as an example for a lot of technology which came up. So these things are meanwhile changing the world and the whole environment itself. So if you easily explain it, why the moon, it's like, okay, it's the nearest place out of space to reach. Of course, everyone wants to go to the Mars, and there is a lot of challenges there. So if you want to go to the Mars, it takes way more time to get there. But the moon is quite close. You can reach it within 2 days. It's the ideal case, but you can do it. So it's here important to think, like, what is happening now? Why is the moon important? Why do so many countries like to have a base on the Mars, being constantly part of it? So if you look at the history, of course, in the beginning of the past century, as on the end, until the end, it was more like a political reason. There was this fight, actually, and there was this run to the moon. It was very political. It has cost a lot of money, and they took a very high risk. So we know the Apollo program. And then, after that, there was barely not much thing happening, nearly nothing. But there were a few significant missions. 2 of them was also from India, of course, the Chandrayaan mission, which is very important because it also showed up that there are possibilities to live on the moon, for example, the evidence of water. So what happened is what is now being projected. And even these numbers are outdated, because meanwhile, it has raised a huge interest in industry. So why is it important? Why are so many industrial companies now taking part on this? This is because not of being there. It's because of the materials and the technology, as mentioned, which has changed. So meanwhile, we have technology like quantum computing or nuclear fusion or some other technologies which have created a new demand for materials. So we are not looking for gold or platinum or whatever on the moon. We are looking for materials, as an example, helium-3. Helium-3 is so much needed. Within the past few years, the demand has raised so high that a gram of helium-3 5 years ago has cost about $1,500. Meanwhile, they are talking about $30,000 to $50,000 a gram. And this is really needed. And we are still at the beginning of these technologies. And there are a few more materials like this on the moon, which are so rare on Earth, but you can find it there in way bigger amount. So the problem about the moon is it's so complicated. Compared to Mars even, it's more complicated to get a system survive there. You don't have a magnetic field, nothing which protects you against radiation. You have the moon and day shift, like 14 days of night and 14 days of day. The temperature is extremely high or extremely low. And you don't have this atmosphere. You cannot really live there. And then you have this huge amount of moon dust, which is really aggressive compared to the dust here on Earth. So this is something which we needed to overcome, and we needed to build something, a system which we call Hover, and this is a moon rover platform. But very special about this thing is not the platform itself, but we have created this AI, and the thing is, AI has changed software. Software can now be easily created through AI systems, but hardware, and hardware where these things can run, this is very rare now. And so what we already now have created is a hardware for space application, which is capable of AI technology. So this is where the future is going to, because hardware cannot be easily replaced with AI. And the way there took us long, several years actually, to get there, make it as easy as possible. And again, people were always convincing me, trying to tell me not to do this, not to do that. But we managed our first project, which we have launched with SpaceX. But then also people were always telling me when I was talking about, I want to have a NASA project, this is not possible, not in Germany. Because it is military in America, and you need to have an agreement with Germany and America. But I got it. We got the opportunity, and we got this signed. So DLR, the German Space Agency, gave me the opportunity. And we managed to build everything through the Artemis Accord and these requirements, which was so extremely hard within 1.5 years. And we delivered the satellite 2 weeks ago at NASA, so we went to Kennedy Space, got the opportunity to see the rocket itself, which was amazing. So, beside this, we also got the rover still. So why are we building the satellite? We test our whole electrical components in the satellite to the whole radiation field. and can then offer it as a platform where you can create your own. And beside this, we now also have the possibility to build deep space satellites, and also what works on the moon also works on Earth. So we have also terrestrial rovers for the industry. And so what I learned from all these things is I don't listen to people if they tell me you cannot do it, because most of the things is possible. And it takes a lot of strength, but it is. And so, yes, thank you very much for listening. Thank you.